Oh,
Bomb down. You're better than this. Lethal out. A gift from you. I have the bomb. Send your gratitude.
She's in the doorway.
ooh, not on me.
Destroy the enemy
Yes,
force.
sir.
Nice work.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some runway gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about a possible leaked support rogue. So let's head over and check it out. So as you can see here, this is a possible leaked support rogue that may be coming to Rogue Company. Not 100% sure about it. We're going to run through the moves, which is the abilities, and then I'm not really going to worry about the lore all that much. I'll read through it, but that's going to be what it's going to be. But the name of this possible new rogue is called Rhodey. The Rhodey's moveset or abilities is called the Hype Meter. Release a pulse that amps up Rhodey and nearby allies, giving them movement speed and healing them based on how full the meter was. Dealing damage, downing enemies, and reviving teammates adds bonus charges to your meter. So the lore is it came as a shock to the director that the assassin who the fixer recommended ended up being the world famous Rhodey. Her high profile pop star career was a fantastic cover as it provides her access into areas of the world closed to most, and no one would suspect her. No one alive, at least. Ooh. So this is a very interesting ability. It is something that is ripped straight out of another hero shooter that is very, very popular that got a sequel release not that long ago. But the Hype Meter. Let's talk about this Hype Meter for 1 second. So it releases a pulse that amps up Rhodey and nearby allies, giving them movement speed and healing them based on how full the meter was. Dealing damage, downing enemies, and reviving teammates adds bonus charge to your meter. So I'm guessing how this is going to work is, and I saw a comment on Reddit basically saying the same thing, and this is the first thing that I thought whenever I was reading it, was you're going to have a bar as you do damage, as you progress through the match, you can release this burst. And depending on how full that meter is, it's either going to increase the tick healing and it's going to increase the speed of the rogues. And I'm sure it'll be in stages. That's the only way, in my opinion, that the developers would be able to make this be something that is reliable and also useful at the same time, by having set stages that you need to hit on that bar in order to say, oh, whenever you make it to this line, it's only going to do 10% healing, maybe 1 tick healing. Whenever you get to the second bar, it's going to do 5 healing. Whenever you get to the third tick bar, it's going to do 10 healing per second or per tick or whatever. That's the only way it's going to work, because if it's not going to work, then it's not going to make a whole lot of sense, and people are going to be testing it out to realize that the developers realistically don't have an algorithm or a code in place to make it something that is. Anyway, it is what it is. Also, it's interesting that they said that it is all based on how full the meter was. You would think that the simplest way to do something like this, in my opinion, is to have it to be the bar is the duration, and it's going to be a set speed, it's going to be a set healing, and the duration is going to be increased by doing damage, downing enemies, reviving teammates, things like that, planting the bomb, defusing the bomb, holding the point. Like, they could work a lot of cool stuff into this to make it to where it increases the rate, that you gain this, momentum, or that you gain this hype while you're playing through the match. And then you have a set value, and the hype meter is just the duration that you're actually expelling all this. Now, my question is, first of all, are you going to be able to cancel this once it starts happening? So, for example, if you and another rogue are in a gunfight and you trigger it, is it going to affect you, first of all? Second of all, and I'm assuming that it will, second of all, whenever that gunfight's over, can you stop it to retain some of that hype, right? Because you're not going to want to blow it all at one time and then have the rest of the match, possibly the rest of the game, in order to gain all this back and to try to build this momentum again. You're going to want to start it and stop it whenever you need it. That's exactly what you're going to want to do with it. That's what I want to do with it, playing a rogue like that. And I know that this is a spoiler. I know that this is a concept. This may not even be something coming to the game, but let's look at it as if it's real for a moment. So I'm assuming that the passive ability for this character is going to be, adding to your bar, right? That to me seems like the most viable passive ability that you could give someone is where, okay, the passive is whenever you down someone or whenever you get an elimination or whenever you do this or whenever you do that, it increases the hype that you have in your bar. I don't see how anything else would be able to be a good passive and not make it completely OP, because like if you're going to have the bar system, the ability would be triggering it, the passive would be filling it right at that point. But they gave like Juke 14 different abilities and she's still a broken character, so we'll see if they do anything close to that. What I'm most excited about for this rogue is the fact that it's another support rogue. And there's a lot of implications when it comes to something like this. And I've seen a lot of different things play out in Battlezone that I thought was very interesting, just with the healing stations that they have in Battlezone. Whenever you go down, if you're within a healing station, you're going to retain your health. You're not going to tick your health down, which is going to allow a gunfight to play out a little bit differently than it currently does. And we've seen that play out a little bit more so in Battlezone, even though you don't have the refilling health bars. It's played out a little differently, where you play it a little bit more passive whenever you have that on your team, so that you can stay topped off. That way, whenever you go down, you're not going to tick away. Your health is not going to tick away. You're going to be in a revivable location, and you're going to be in a revivable state, so that someone can dip out of the gunfight for a second. If someone can like block the lane off or try to like slow the enemy down and get that revive, and they're going to be standing in that healing pool, so it's going to allow them to regain their HP a lot faster. So a walking version of that is going to be something that's going to be really, really cool and really interesting. The movement speed is something where it seems like an afterthought, almost to the point where you don't realistically need it, because everybody moves fast enough as it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to get broken combos, especially with someone like Lancer or Switchblade or Talon or Seeker, these very, very, very fast rogues. You're going to have this problem where they're going to be running the map as one solid unit, getting HP with life drain, moving faster, shooting faster, rolling faster. Like, it's going to make everything, kind of amped up. It's going to hype everything up, as the name of the ability suggests. So you're going to have people exploiting this ability. You're going to have people exploiting this character in order to maximize their damage output and their down potential, especially in respawn game modes. This might be something that would be somewhat easily counterable whenever it comes to single life game modes, but in respawn game modes, it's just going to be everybody stack on this character so that you get the HP and you also get the speed boost, and we're going to run the map. Let this person get all the thirsts that are there, right? Whenever they down somebody, just let this person thirst them so that it refills that hype meter so that they can keep it going. It could be broken in a massive way. So that's just kind of where I stand. Let me know where you stand. Do you think that this is an interesting character concept? What would you change about it? What are the pros and cons in your opinion? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check the description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Left? Wow. Fucking got upset. Can't believe I missed that.
Enemies have been wiped out.
I didn't see her. I wasn't paying attention.
Heard it.
Hey now. Hey now, hey now.
Lethal out.
On the back.
Another contract in the bag. For the motherland. Ha.
Shooting that Call of Duty tournament today.
I had it pulled up, but I didn't have the sound on.
every streamer jumps around every corner.
Oh yeah.
Everyone. Every time.